Hello, hello! Can you hear me? Hello, hello! Welcome to today's stream. Welcome. Today, I am really excited actually, because I am going to be playing the demo for an upcoming visual novel called Non-Platonic Forms. I was very kindly emailed by the dev for this game, Alexis, I cannot speak, Alexis Royce, asking if I would be interested in checking out their game. And I always love it and appreciate it when devs personally email me and ask me to check out their work. It's always very exciting for me. I love, especially when I get contacted about a visual novel. It's very exciting. I don't know a lot about this one. What I do know is that it's psychological horror, metafiction. I know the main protagonist is a trans man. The art for this game is so beautiful. I think a lot of the art is traditional art, watercolor and stuff. Which I think is so freaking cool. I love when games and visual novels incorporate lots of different art forms. Even the stuff you're seeing on screen right now in this title screen. Look at this art. Look, I don't know who this character is, but I kind of love her. Look how cool she looks. Oh my god. I don't know who you are, but I can't wait to meet you. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. But I did want to add a little disclaimer, a little content warning, I guess. This is an adult game. I am playing it in streamer mode. This game does have a streamer mode, so anything explicit, gore and nudity and that kind of stuff is censored. So don't worry, it's a safe to play on stream, but it is an adult game still. It's a bit more has more mature subject matter, so keep that in mind when watching. I just felt the need to make sure you guys were aware. This is a bit more mature than some of the stuff I usually play. So anytime I play a more mature game, I want to give that little warning just in case. But I think this will be a good time. I'm very intrigued by this one. And again, huge thank you to Alexis Royce for thinking of me and asking me to check this game out. I'm really excited. I don't know why I reached over to grab a controller. I don't have a controller today. This is a visual novel. Alright, let's go ahead, and if you guys are ready, gonna make sure I filled my water before stream, because I have a feeling my voice is gonna get tired. I don't actually know if there's voice acting in this one. I might have to read everything. I don't remember seeing anything about voice acting. Also, oh my gosh, why is my water bottle leaking all over me? Why am I just getting water all over myself? What is happening? My freaking water bottle hates me. My god. As long as I don't get water on my keyboard, we'll be fine. My god. My gosh, off to a great start tonight. Okay. Don't put water on the virus, no! I'm in danger, guys. About the controls, even though it's a visual novel, I'm pretty sure they're self-explanatory. But, okay. Yeah, alright, yeah, it's very, you take screenshots, cool. What is assistive self-voicing? What does that mean? Interesting. Okay, we're probably good, and if we're not good, we'll figure it out later. The music is also really good so far. The vibes are really interesting. Sorry, we're booked solid. No space left. But I'm sure someone else will have room for you. No, I'm sorry. Our hotel doesn't have any openings. Yeah, the manager said we get really busy this time of year. Don't know why. I just started here. Take care. Hello. You've reached the front desk of... Oh, a reservation? I love this person is just unhelpful, man. This guy is completely useless. Why is he even here? Sure. What name is it under? Liam Lee. No, I don't see anything for that name. Oh, okay, I'll check that too. This is just like when the Smiling Friends couldn't get a hotel in Brazil because it was Mardi Gras. Oh my gosh, Smiling Friends. Let's go. Jeanette Street Theater. Hey, isn't that where they do the Fall Film Festival? Nah, nothing for you in the system. Looks like you should have booked ahead. Oh, he's going to a film festival. Okay, that kind of makes sense. Like the film strips. Okay, so he makes movies. I think he's a filmmaker. Our protagonist. That's cool. Like how I did a hand gesture to demonstrate film strips. You can't see me. You don't know what I just did. Hi, Lost Cause. Hi, this is... Whoa, slow down, man. Okay, so someone else made the reservation for you? Oh, yeah, the festival. Forgot they were doing that this weekend. My boyfriend dragged me to that once. Kinda boring, but it was cool the way they showed films on those old projectors. The film strip gestures that will remain forever unknown. It's lost Bab media. You'll never know. Most things are ancient. I wonder how they still even work. I like the taped up signs on the box like don't touch, not yours. Oh my gosh. You don't hacking dare. Oh, so the dude says don't borrow, like don't touch his tools. They are not for you. They are only his. You better not. I'm not seeing any reservations for him. We don't have any rooms free. Try the place down the street. They usually have plenty. Last motel in town. No, I'm terribly sorry about this, dang. It's such a small event, I'm kind of shocked to see that we've sold out. If you try one of the other hotels in the area, you should be able to find something. Have a good week, sir. Whoa. Lee leaned back in his seat, tossing the phone aside. He rubbed at his aching eyes and tried to roll the stiffness out of his shoulders. But it was no good. If the long drive hadn't tired him out, that round of phone calls had certainly finished him off. The same film event he'd been hired to swoop in and save had run him out of his room. That sucks. My god. There's so much of the festival to prepare. It was easy for one lone mechanic to slip through the cracks. Oh, okay, wait, he's not going to the festival because he's a filmmaker. He's a mechanic helping with the film festival. Okay. So he's not actually. Interesting. Interesting. We're learning. Lee felt a yawn burrowing out of his chest, and he turned up the radio, hoping the loud music would compensate. His job frequently kept him on the move, trundling from one cinema to the next. He was good with a variety of projectors, old and new, which kept him a steady stream of work. But lacking any sort of regular employer kept his day-to-day supplies wedged in his car, a veritable waste paper basket, compacted over and over and never emptied. Lee kicked aside one of the gaggle of empty soda cups rolling about, bumping against his brake pedal. He could sleep in here, under a blanket of toolboxes and takeout wrappers. How cozy. Man, that sucks. He yawned again. A last-minute call had taken him way outside his planned area this morning, and tonight's drive was a bit much, even for him. Most places didn't bother promising lodgings, but these guys needed Lee on for a high-profile week of antique films and talks from higher-profile cinema critics. He'd be within his right to be upset, but he'd much rather get even. He never let anyone wriggle out of an agreement with him so easily. Already smirking at the thought, Lee drove to the theater. Oops. My little coughing fit from the water. Oh my gosh. Went down wrong. Ooh, okay, this is set in October. Okay. We are getting the spooky Halloween vibes now all of a sudden. Let's go. I love a good spooky autumnal story. Once he reached the door, Lee rifled through his keyring. There it was, the master key for Jeanette Street Theater, safe and snug as the day they'd given it to him 5 years ago. It was easier for theaters to leave copies in his hands and ask them back when he was done. What's better for everyone if their handyman could come and go quietly? Filmgoers wouldn't have to see maintenance, and Lee wouldn't have to see any of them. Perfect. As he reached his hand out to insert the key, something thin and fine gleamed beneath the warm marquee light. Oh shoot, I just realized I totally lost track of time. I need to go grocery shopping, be back in a bit. No worries, go get your food. Yippee. Take your time, don't worry about it. Also, eek, spooky, creepy spiderwebs. Yikes. Hope there's no creepy spider content. That's the one thing that will make me uneasy in horror. I am afraid of spiders. The one thing, like I said, I'm usually immune to horror. Like, scary things don't generally scare me these days. Like, spiders do still get me. Ugh. Ugh. A large spiderweb stretched across the entrance, a few long and lonely strands forming a base for the spiral weave which was to follow. God, this reminds me of when I was living in Japan, and I wasn't in the countryside, but, like, where I was living was a little bit, like, I'm still in a city, but was a little bit outside of the city. Like, a more, like, wooded area, I guess you could say. And one day, like, there were a lot of spiders around my area, but oh my god, there was this one day where I was walking home, and it was, like, getting late, so it was a little bit dark, but there was a huge spider web that spanned, like, it took over the walkway. Like, the path that I had to take to get back to my house, blocked by a spider web. Blocked by it. I thought I was going to die. I literally had to, like, freaking duck under it, which was the worst thing that's ever happened to me, truly. I literally, like, the second I got home, I took a shower because I was so freaked out. I was like, I just need to get this off me. I don't know if any of it is on me, but I had to get it off me. Literally a spider web, like, covering my path. Worst thing that's ever happened. I still think about it and, like, want to cry. So, you know, a large spider web stretching across the entrance. Ew, I ate it. Oh god. Oh god. A large spider web stretched across the entrance, a few long and lonely strands forming the base for the spiral weave which was to follow. The corner of Lee's mouth tugged up. A spider could accomplish a huge and impressive web overnight, but the little dummies always seemed to choose the most harebrained spots. Lee leaned down, eye to eye with the tiny arachnid. Hey, you've got the right idea, but are you punching just slightly above your weight class? As expected, the spider did not respond. You should move, you know. You're in my way, and you can't blame me for what I'm about to do. As expected, the spider did not move. Lee shrugged, and his hand, not his hand. Hand breached the web, a delicate strand snapping soundlessly, floating and wrapping around his bare arm. Like I said, the one thing I can't deal, don't want to think about the spider web wrapping around his arm. Ugh. Lee watched them cling to his skin. Sorry, buddy. Next time, upgrade a hemp rope. Tip from a pro. Takes a lot more than this to trap me. The spider scuttled away, and Lee entered the building. I love that he's so chill about it, though. Could never be me. The turn-of-the-century architecture was more flabby than chic, with flat trim and mid-century paint coating the natural charm of the original brickwork. Flyers for local indie showings sat side by side with ads for new releases, unmooring the building from an easily ascertainable time period. Lee took it all in, and his shoulders relaxed. He kinda looks like the guy from Dispatch. He kinda reminds me of, what is his name? His name is just Robert, right? It gives kinda Robert vibes. That's definitely an upgrade from any hotel room. It had been a long drive, so Lee stretched his legs and strolled through the empty building. With no bodies taking up space, the sound of his footfall echoed. This was the best way to experience any location. Lights off and devoid of human interruptions. It would absolutely be a shock to the folks who worked there, coming in to find him asleep the next day. But what were they gonna do? Fire him? In the dark of the night, his confidence was full to bursting. He chuckled. He was much too valuable to every cinema in the tri-state area. They didn't have to like him, but if they were hoping to have all their projectors in working order, they'd have to make do with a weird little man sleeping in their buildings once or twice. Let's go. He poked around behind the concession stand and found a clean trash bag full of popcorn. Theaters often overestimated the demand, and there was always someone smuggling the remainder for snacking. Lee shook open a paper bag and helped himself. The popcorn was already stale, but looting it himself made the salt stand out on his tongue. He thought about poking the offices, but there wasn't anything in there he hadn't seen before. Oh god, not ads! Uh-oh, let's see. Alright. I will pause for 1 second. Let the ad break finish. Which I know, a visual novel is a bit awkward when you're missing a little bit because of ad breaks. I think the ad break is almost over. Okay. I think we're back now. I think the ad ended. Hello, Simply. Welcome in. He thought about poking about the offices, but there wasn't anything in there he hadn't seen before. If he wanted an interesting story, he'd have to wait until the projectors were running tomorrow, and they wouldn't run if he didn't get to sleep soon. He finished his popcorn, tossed the back into an empty can. There we go, freedom, just checking in on break. Let's go, welcome in. Then made his way up to the projectionist's booth. Projectionist. He passed by the modern projectors, each already loaded with a digital copy of the latest blockbuster. These were supposed to be completely secured against tampering, but Lee's collection of hard drives at home had proven that false. He strolled from machine to machine, looking for anything interesting. But there was nothing in these that Lee didn't already have at home. He moved on towards the antiques. This cinema specialized in older films. There was a wall of canisters holding antique prints. Lee perused them, but didn't dream of helping himself. These were already archived and well cared for. If he wanted to preserve these stories, then his job would be to make sure that they were seen during the event tomorrow. I don't know why, this sprite of him, he has such a goofy creature energy. Like, he's such a goober here. Like, something about his face, his expression is very, like, goofy goober vibes. I kinda love it. He pulled up his phone and was quickly hit with a barrage of missed text notifications. Hey, David. I had a great time the other night, and maybe I'm moving a little fast, but... Lee blocked the number. Steve, I know you said you don't do second dates, but... Blocked. What up, Mike? I know it's been a while. Blocked. Something was really bringing the texts out of the woodwork tonight. He briefly considered to see if any of them lived in the area, but his mouth puckered and he shook his head, scrolling past the new text and adding a few preemptive blocks. He'd rather sleep in the car again than have to discuss a single one of those bedroom choices in the light of day. Lee found a stretch of floor that seemed comfortable enough and rolled up his jacket. Time to grab some shut-eye. The place would be bustling with life, fresh films and new ideas. He'd see all of that in the morning. He assumed that he would. It was a baseless assumption. Something sharp was stabbing him in the face. Lee rolled over, clutching his cheek, and sat up. With his free hand, he grabbed for the object. He found between his fingers a long screw. It was rusted and stripped from overuse. And when he looked up... Oh? The art is so pretty, though. What the heck? He couldn't recognize where he was. What was with those lights? The music is also really nice here. Even closing his eyes tight couldn't block them out, his vision a haze of blazing red. He threw up an arm to shield his face and waited for his eyes to adjust. The house lights were down, the footlights were on. A line of specials and spotlights were trained on him, blanketing Lee in their suffocating heat. With the pain of shock, he looked to see what kind of audience had been watching him sleep. But the rows upon rows of seats were empty, covered in cobwebs. The once intricate plaster designs of the walls were crumbling, the crushed velvet of the seats threadbare and black with crusty dead mold. Concrete details seemed to ebb and flow from within the generally murky atmosphere. There was a faint aroma of charred cinnamon and a vague, bitter scent of something completely unfamiliar. But those smells, too, were overcome with rot. Here and there, a plant poked out from tiled floor or a loose lighting fixture. But even these twisted seedlings were brown and dry. Nothing fresh could thrive here, not in the stifling, dusty husk of a building. Lee frowned. He'd fallen asleep in the booth. Why was he on the stage now? Did the Jeanette even have a stage? Many old theaters had been converted to cinemas back in the day. A wide scene stretched where actors once trod. Oh my gosh, this music is so good. What the heck? I love this. Got like a vibe to the music for a second. This is really good. Hiding the old workings from the public. But Lee was certain that Jeanette's house had been made to hold a couple hundred at most. This one could easily seat a few thousand. Lee did his best to think clearly, but his mind struggled to wade from thought to thought. If he didn't hold firmly to each concept, they were liable to float away. Lee's confusion dissolved into the air. The truth seemed obvious. Lee was dreaming. And hey, a lucid dream was a free pass for a wild sexcapade. Alright, yep. Okay, I'm making sure. I'm glad. Gives me this. Because I'm already set to streamer mode. But yeah. As you can see here, streaming mode tones down the descriptions of gore, keeps sex scenes evocatively tasteful, crops explicit images, so yeah. We're gonna stick to streamer mode, because I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get bonked by Twitch or YouTube. I would like to be able to keep the stream. As easy as blinking, Lee found himself laid back down on the stage. The rows and rows of empty seats stared down at him. Dreaming about doing it on a stage. Let's make him some kind of exhibitionist. Should he try to imagine another location? Lee didn't have a ton of practice with lucid dreaming, but he'd done it enough to have felt out a few rules. And pushing a dream too far was the #1 mistake. A dream could only bend so far before it snapped, waking you up. You needed to go with the flow, so if Lee's subconscious was putting him on stage, that was that. Lee focused instead on imagining a partner. Nothing detailed, broad strokes only. Someone strong enough to push him down against the floor. Hands curling around Lee's wrists, tilting his chin up, pressing down his sides. The sensation appeared along his body, and Lee felt a soft laugh escape his lips. Not exactly what he'd been going for, but it felt good. One hand traced along his wrist, and another pair coalesced into view. The fingers of each hand were thick and plump, wrists promising to taper off into round, fat forearms. And though no mouth could be seen, no eyes glimpsed, there was an insistent push and a grip around his wrists, a dexterous, nimble work as the other hand stripped him. The presence of someone strong and intent on gobbling Lee up as quickly as possible. Lee moaned, mouth widening in a broad smile. Hungry for me, aren't you? Fingers flexed around his throat, but instead of squeezing, one hand wrapped around his chin, thumb inserting and prying his mouth open. Lee shuddered, hips rolling up. Then, grinning, he bit down. He bit the ghost. He withdrew immediately, fingers spread in surprise. Gave a comical shape, wrapped its fingers defensively around the injured thumb. Lee felt a dark laugh rumble from his chest. That's what you get for trying to shut me up. I like guys who are mouthy in bed, since you can't talk me off, I'll have to say enough for both of us. The hand on Lee's thigh tensed, and it crossed Lee's mind vaguely that it seemed offended. Was the seizing up of someone who needed to process a slap in the face. But before he could laugh again... Dun dun! Dun dun dun! The injured hand flattened itself back out, clamping an airtight seal around Lee's mouth. Lee jolted, making to pull the hand off, but the force against his wrists held fast with the weight of an entire human. Someone larger than Lee, with leverage and gravity on its side. A small, helpless laugh, muffled against the gag hand. Well done. You got me. Putting me in my place, huh? As if in response, the hands got to work on him. It knocked a smile off Lee's face, and he felt his arms go limp, his eyelids clamped down tight. There was no retort on his lips. Lee hadn't exactly been in the middle of a dry spot lately, but this preternatural insight into his weak spots was unfathomable. It was all happening ridiculously quickly, thoughts devolved into a mush of approval. Was it anthropomorphizing? Oh my gosh, my reading's been great today. Was it anthropomorphizing to imagine the assistant push of fingertips against him as smug? Was it just Lee's imagination, or did a thumb on his skin give him a teasing rub? Too hazy and stimulated to care. Lee half imagined a familiar face against his cheek, eyes mocking and teeth exposed in either a grin or a threat. Any words of affection tinged with obnoxious self-conceit. I will say, I think visual novels, I love visual novels with very beautiful writing. Don't get me wrong. I adore it. I think when it... it's purely a me thing. Probably other people have this problem too. I don't think it's just me. I stumble more when we have more, like, lyrical writing. I keep stumbling on my words here, oh my gosh. Any words of affection tinged with obnoxious self-conceit. Like, I love the writing, don't get me wrong. But the big words in my voice, you know, you get me. You'll get me. The hand pushed up and a scream was muffled, pathetic. Lee had been on hormones for years at this point, and the size of everything below with proof of it. Sadly, it meant that the hand would need to get dexterous if it wanted to take care of him there too. Fortunately for both of them, the supply of hands themselves did not seem to have any limitation. All too soon it was over. Lee laid there, head foggy with delight, nothing at all to do but stay, spent and impossibly comfortable. He felt gentle fingers cupping his cheek, then the pressure was gone, wrists and legs free, body sated and hands disappeared. It was just a dream after all, but it felt wrong to just blink and let himself wake up. With a happy groan, he raised his voice. The hands were gone, but he hoped that the presence wasn't. That was fantastic. Probably pathetic that it happened in a dream, but that's gotta be the best I've ever had. Great setting, great characterization even without a face. 10 out of 10. Thanks, weird dream guy. New kink unlocked. If I pick someone up at the festival this week, I'll probably be thinking of you while I do it. And with that, Lee laid back, closing his eyes, and thought very hard about faces. Something clear and vivid and too sharp for the dream to hold. The guy who ran the theater, some of the regulars at the festival. The guy who worked concessions. The weirdly hot blowhard who gave the 2-hour opening speech every year. Cary Grant projected up on the screen. Something specific and clear enough to wake him up. Oh? I don't think he's woken up yet. But when Lee opened his eyes, he was still there. Lee pulled up his pants and stood up, wet, wobbly, and confused. This wasn't the way a dream was supposed to progress. A sense of rawness that above all else should have popped the fragile bubble of sleep. Lee reached for his wallet. Every card was in the right place, but that wasn't proof either. Dreams are a cumulative effect. They were imprecise and couldn't handle details. Lee went piece by piece. Insurance card was there. The logo was clean. The text was clear and effortlessly legible. The expired date did not wobble or morph. There was no vague sense of meaning, but dry, boring numbers and small print legal jargon. That was all the proof he needed, but he pulled out another item. An ironic video rental card, yellowed with the appropriate amount of age. Another is a library card with legible as the books he regrettably never checked out. His cash, George Washington's defaced face on a bill he'd found on the ground. A receipt for his latest hard drive, right there. 10 terabytes, no warranty, and he'd bought a candy bar at the same time. He stuffed it all back in his pocket. Lee had already been covered in sweat, but it was no longer for a fun reason. And then, in the audience, something moved. Oh? That's an entity. Lee tried to call for help. His throat was dry, and the first sound out was a mortifying crack. I really, really love this track. Like, the music that's been playing during this whole section, I really like. It is really vibey. Like, just the atmosphere of, like, this location and this music playing is so good. So freaking good. I'm obsessed. He swallowed past the ache, but couldn't manage to loosen it up by much. What an odd sensation. But he supposed he had just tried to ask for help. He must have been too scared to make a sound. He didn't feel that way in his head. His thoughts felt calm and rational. Lee got to his feet and ran to the foot of the stage, the entity still there. Lurking. He wasn't sure what he'd say, but this person was the one who dragged Lee's sleeping form across the house. Well, Lee could pummel the creep. But as he began to speak, his throat seized up. The sensation was distracting enough that he did not notice what was at the edge of the stage. There another entity? The thick pane of glass, stretching from floor to... He ran along the length of it, reaching as high as he could, but it didn't seem to end. He ran to the side of the stage, the glass extended in front of the wings, trapping him in. Like hell it would. He ran back downstage, leaned back, and gave it a kick. It was thick. Industrial grade? But no pain this big could be so sturdy, right? In the audience, the form moved again. It's getting closer. It was getting closer. He kicked again at the same spot. And again. Forced to admit that it wasn't working, he resorted to his tool belt. He apologized to his wrench. It wasn't the first time he got creative with his tools, but it still wasn't good for them. He rotated his whole body into the swing, aiming for the same spot he had been kicking, but it wasn't leaving a dent. He ran his fingers over the glass, but it was perfectly smooth. He hadn't so much as scratched it. A wave of vertigo took him. He stumbled, barely staying on his feet. The lights were growing brighter. And the thing in the seats was growing closer too. With the spotlights up, Lee still could not get a good look. But even as a silhouette, Lee could still feel its eyes on him. I love when it lets you just stop and appreciate the art for a moment before continuing, because it's so pretty. The watercolor painting style is so freaking beautiful. And just look at this. Look at this art. Am I covering anything? Okay, I'm not covering that much. That's good. Yeah, no, this is so beautiful. The art, the music, and the art for this game are so freaking good. And the writing is also really good so far. The vibes are immaculate. He didn't know when he'd fallen, but Lee's knees ached from hitting the stage, and his fingers gripped his temples. The shadow hadn't moved closer, but its presence had. Trying to think was like walking through water, a heavy presence, weighing his mind down. The thing was a bubbling, churning mass of words. The surface flickered and popped, flares of raw meaning surging and licking at Lee's face. Once upon a time. The gravity inside Lee's mind was beginning to break down. Concepts that once held strong ties were floating apart from each other, suddenly weightless. His hatred for a particular song, one played over and over by his college roommate. Lee could feel the emotion distancing itself from the music, and clumsily reattaching itself to vanilla ice cream, a flavor about which he was previously non-committal. The disgust filled his mouth, making him sick. New memories were seized upon. A childhood crush, the boy's warm, sunny smile, a look that made his younger self nearly float away with pride and contentment, was peeling away from plump cheeks and big brown eyes, and reattaching itself to a girl in silk and gold, different in all aspects save unattainability. Oh, this is so cool. The art smudging, that's really cool. Lee dug his nails into his scalp, as though he could physically hold on to these concepts. He'd spent his whole life arranging himself into the shape he was in. This is kind of reminding me of Evangelion now, a little bit. If you know, you know. This part right here is kind of giving Evangelion vibes, which I am enjoying. Whatever this was, it was dissolving him down into component elements. The connections between emotion and concept were unraveling, threading themselves in new orbits. His grip was so loose, Lee could do nothing but float and watch this. Excuse you? He dug his nails deeper, breaking the skin. The pain did exactly what it was supposed to, screaming over the numbness that something was wrong. They had to fight it and make it stop. His name was Liam Lee, and his mind was his own. He owned a Zune with 10,000 songs on it, because he refused to swap out perfectly good hardware for something shiny and fashionable. He liked the tactile click of machine parts under his fingers, and the sight of an external hard drive bursting with illegal software. He liked the way lower eyelids twitched when someone was upset with him, but he liked the solace of quiet even more. He did not like being kept in any one place, not without good reason. And Lee did not give up control over his life, not without a very, very good reason. And he is himself again, let's go. Lee needs to hold still because he's making this needlessly complicated. Funny. Needlessly complicated was the exact same feedback Lee had gotten from his last boss. The voice heaved a mighty sigh and the room quaked, chandelier rattling. I'm gonna take a couple sips of water. Okay. The voice heaved a mighty sigh and the room quaked, chandelier rattling. This really is what I get for acting desperate, isn't it? You can't blame me, though. I am very, very hungry. Lee swallowed. Am I on the menu? There was a pause. No. Another heavy sigh. I liked his expression. Oh, whoa. I didn't realize the mouse could make it like a move. That's kind of cool. I'm sorry. No. I will have a more appealing food source in a few more hours. You may go. The glass surrounding the stage fizzled into nothing. It was too soon to let his guard down, but Lee's relief was undeniable. He ready to jump off the stage, but that thing was still lurking in the seats. Perhaps he would leave through the back instead. A laugh boomed around him. That choice is for the best, I think. I've decided to let you go, but if you were to walk closer to me, I couldn't be held responsible for my actions. That's not ominous at all. Dun dun dun! Title screen, non-platonic forms. And now we're back in the real world. Lee bolted upright and just about ran into the projector. His chest ached from fear and tension. A nightmare. He sat back down. That weird place. It had just been a nightmare. He was more tired now than when he'd gone to sleep. His joints were all sore, especially his knees. One of the crummiest things about dreams that felt real was that you went through an entire experience, and then were just expected to forget it. It wasn't real, so you couldn't complain to your friends about it. Not that Lee had any friends to speak of. No offense, of course, to his tools. Gave his friends a loving pat. Hey, what's all scuffed up? Lee took good care of his tools, but it looked like someone had used it as a blunt force instrument. Oh? Was not just a dream. Nope. His whole nightmare was going straight into the vault. Everybody had a vault, right? You kept memories like college mistakes or bad emails from your mom. This was going in the vault too. One deep breath, and time to start the day. Lee changed his clothes in the bathroom and then set about repairing the projectors. Soon, each of them was in top form. The festival thus saved, Lee decided to stretch his legs. Nobody was going to be bothering him for his bads, and he hummed happily, the day ahead of him full of old movies. Let's go. What the festival was all about, the kind of flicks that were unmistakably ancient, but held up astonishingly well. It actually does sound like a pretty cool event. He made his way downstairs on a hunt for a program, merging into an atrium that included light. The reedy sound of top 40s hits through a poor sound system. This music is also pretty good. The arrival of other people. Events like this were full of two things: movies and cinephiles. When you weren't watching one, you were listening to the other. Speakers were a mixed bag. For every engaging, informative speaker, there was always another one who was motivated by little more than the sound of their own voice. A couple folks were stacking schedules on a table by the door, and Elise swiped one. He pulled out a pen, marking up the event list and striking out anything dull. A pair of attendees sidled up next to him, obtaining and perusing their own copies. We got some Kubrick on the schedule. Oh my gosh. Some Kubrick on the schedule this year. Finally. Oh? Oh my gosh, thank you for the raid! Welcome in, Raiders! Welcome, welcome! Let me crunch your data, let's go! Thank you so much! Thank you so much, Chica, for the raid! Oh my goodness. I am currently playing the demo for a visual novel called Non-Platonic Forms. Oh my gosh, thank you for the head fat. Did the redeem go through? Did the head fat redeem work? I don't know if I missed it or if the redeem didn't go through. Hopefully the head fat worked. You did? Okay, good. I guess I just missed it. Okay, that's good. Cyber virus raid, yes indeed. Oh my gosh, but welcome in everyone! I'm currently playing a visual novel called Non-Platonic Forms. It's kind of a psychological horror metafiction with a trans main character. The main character is a trans man. And it's really good so far, really vibey. So definitely if you want to stick around, you are more than welcome to. If you need to raid and run, that is fine as well. But I'm very grateful for the raid, and hope you have a lovely rest of your day. This game sounds sick. It is pretty good so far. Oh my gosh. Alright, let's continue. Oh? Oh, well, oh, thank you for the follow. Thank you, thank you. Why does my notification, my follower alert, sound louder than usual? I'm not sure. That sounded really loud in my ear. I jumped. Oh my gosh, but thank you so much for the follow. Thank you, thank you. Alright, let us... Since I'm streaming, I think it's just my end. I think it's just on my end for some reason. I'm always getting startled by loud noises. And it's a normal occurrence around here. Alright, let's continue. Finally, real cinema. Yeah, I got a theory or two on what was really going on in The Shining. One of them turned to Lee. How about you? Got a favorite Kubrick? These two were standing way too close. Maybe? Or was this a normal distance to be standing from another person? Lee felt simultaneously too aware of their bodies and too aware that it was weird to feel aware of them. Lee's last long conversation had been on Discord, and the one before that had been in person, but on a hookup. Discord mention. So mind had a different mindset at 10 p.m. at a loud bar. Rejection went down smooth through a fake name and a haze of local liquor. The light was too real here, and there was no script for this conversation. With no ready lie, Lee opened his mouth and made the worst possible choice. Oh god, what is he about to say? He told the truth. Kubrick's kind of slow for me, but I did like Eyes Wide Shut. I mean, this guy learns that his wife occasionally has sexual fantasies about other men and then he just loses it. Everyone only talks about the orgy, but I think the lack of appeal of the main lead really drives home. Schedule booklet in hand. Lee had been looking at it, not his conversation partners. He hadn't really been seen either, though. Frames from the movie filling up his mind's eye to such an extent. Frames from the movie filling up his mind's eye to such an extent that it rendered him virtually blind. Remembering that it was generally accepted that talking to other people usually involved not only verbal language, but visual social cues, Lee looked up. The expressions staring back at him weren't great, and an extremely loud, incorrect buzzer sounded in Lee's head. Oh my gosh, not the incorrect buzzer. Sounds like you've got, some opinions on it. Lee's eyes returned to the floor. Oh god, not the pop-up notification, like the, what? That's in. That's in The Sims, right? In The Sims, when you have a bad interaction and it pops up over the Sims head, like, a negative sign, like, negative interaction. Your friendship levels have decreased. That's what just happened to Lee. Poor guy. So do you like Kubrick? Not really. I just think a lot about... What? He thought a lot about the stuff he watches. And the other people here didn't. They kept blathering on. He was just gonna insult a bunch of people who watched real movies and had real cinema thoughts. Like a godsend, that gave Lee a script, and he stuck to it this time. Anyway, I'll stop before I end up talking your ear off. Gotta go get some stuff done before the first showing starts. Character. Guy who watches normal movies. It helped a lot. His smile even felt genuine. Nothing weird or perverse or threatening here. Lee wasn't happy, but Joe or Chris or whoever he was right now was feeling chill, so in that way, it wasn't even a lie. He paired it with a self-effacing laugh. Get a load of that guy who had just been talking, right? What a loser. The muted expressions of discomfort softened into laughter, and Lee knew he nailed it. Let's go. He's so good at interacting. A small wave turned down a polite invitation to join them for breakfast, and Lee escaped the conversation, taking minimal psychic damage in the process. Not the psychic damage. Honestly, he's better than I am. If someone were to ask me what my favorite Kubrick movie was, I would like to stare at you blankly and be like, I don't know. Have I seen a Kubrick movie before? I don't think so. Maybe? I don't know. Genuinely don't know. Genuinely couldn't tell you. I don't watch movies. I'm a disgusting non-movie watcher. I like children's movies. And I like Battle Royale. Those are the movies I watch. I watch animated kids films, and I like Battle Royale. That's movies. That's movies to me. His focus returned to schedule, flipping through for the keynote speech, eager to see a name. One that didn't show up. For the past 6 years, the same man had held onto the keynote speech with a ruthless death grip. It didn't shock Lee to see that he'd finally been ousted from the position. His speeches were long, meandering, and they reeked of arrogance. But every year, Lee looked forward to learning what new nonsense had stuck into the old man's craw this time. It was primarily an ironic sort of enjoyment, but it was deeply felt. And thus Lee shook his head, disappointed to see the fellow's name nowhere on the event schedule. He stopped by the water fountain, making a note to look the old man up online later. Perhaps something had happened to him. The event wouldn't properly get started for another couple hours, so he had time to grab breakfast somewhere. An absolute outrage! Ooh, now that was a record for expo drama. Someone had lost their temper so soon. The gremlin mode activated, let's go. Oh? Oh? Lee could recognize that baritone anywhere. The fellow might have been bumped from the schedule, but he'd still arrived. He looked haggard, his suit was wrinkled, and papers were flying from his clipboard. But neither of those features dimmed the absolute bombacity in his inflection. When this man spoke, people listened, and currently he seemed especially intent on being heard. News of the updated schedule must have just reached him. And boy, did he not look happy about it. And after I traveled all the way here. Lee vaguely also recognized the lady standing next to him. Her hair swept up into a tight bun. Her past speeches had radiated a simple expertise that the gentleman's had lacked. When she spoke, she presented the facts. Her own presence faded into the background. The ideas themselves were paramount, in direct opposition to the old speaker's spotlight-thirsty ramblings. The expert looked down her nose at him. You were informed of the change of schedule weeks ago. I had been informed that there were to be alterations to the schedule. And thus, you assumed. I can't see why I wouldn't assume. 6 years running and not so much as a thank you for your service to the study of cinematography. Okay, this music is very silly. I like the varying vibes, because we've got some really, really unsettling, creepy music that we got earlier. Now we have this song, and it's so, like, kind of silly, goofy vibes. I am a big fan. This community has done you a service by listening. I'm not going to apologize because they chose me instead. Chose you? I'm not even on the schedule at all. He fumbled a shaky hand through his unbrushed hair, then flipped through the schedule, his eyes tearing each line apart as he searched. I submitted 4 different speeches for approval, and none were rejected. The expert blinked once, somehow communicating a weighty wariness with the conversation. Silence is not approval. His fingers clasped his clipboard, and it warped under his frustrated grip. He shoved his next retort through clenched teeth, and if Lee hadn't been listening so intently, there's no way he would have caught it. Oh. I suppose this is payback for what happened in the past year. Suddenly it got quite ominous. The expert's tone dropped to a similarly low decibel. No, the radio festival was payback for the last year. Her face had been non-committal, but the longer she stared, the more empty her gaze became. She wasn't withholding her pity. She simply had none to give. When her statuesque lips finally saw fit to move, an emotion did slither forth. Something nasty, almost feral. This is payback for the last decade. Oh. Is she a creature? She had, like, fangs. What the heck? Oh, whoa. Oh, whoa. And then the speaker was shouting again. You don't mean that. You wouldn't. His outburst failed to faze her. It's such a tiny little event. It's barely anything. She turned away from him, fed up with the argument. Unless there's more pressing cause for concern. The man moved his weight from one foot to the next, staring at her shoes. No, nothing. Excellent. Then I shall see you later. A lift of the eyebrow. Perhaps. She turned on her heel and left. Ooh, juicy. Lee debated skipping breakfast. Be hot about here. Maybe he'd get to see the speaker stomp over to an event coordinator and demand a lecture spot. Lee had scored front row seats to a legendary crash out. Let's go. And gosh, his gremlin expression is so funny. But as he took in the sorry sight, the man looked up. And eye contact was made. Not eye contact, no! Lee wasn't sure if the man crossed the room to approach him or vice versa, but he soon found himself in the middle of an awkward conversation. The room had grown quiet, the sound system misplacing cheery hits for ambient, lonely guitar. You've been to my lectures before. Ugh. He was gonna have to act sympathetic, wasn't he? Lee looked for a new character. One who had never even heard of the term gilf. What? But Lee had actually been to those lectures, so that bit was true. Did you like them? For all his evident fatigue, hope shone through in his eyes. It was different hearing it up so close, but Lee could recognize his tone from any of the other lectures. No matter how endlessly pedantic and stuffy the man could be, every word he spoke came from a genuine, earnest place. The practiced disaffection The $10 words, every grafted and meaningful pause revealed, rather than hid, someone who was downright thirsty for approval. Lee nodded. But he didn't say anything aloud. His throat felt strangely tight. Non-committal fluff was fine, and even under duress, a grunt of acknowledgement wasn't beyond him. Lee's brow furrowed, and he attempted to loosen his throat. The moment was stretching on beyond what was socially acceptable, but still the man stared up at him, expectant. Lee took a shaky breath in through his nose and tried to make his mouth work. The man's cologne hung about him, a faint cinnamon smell that seemed to be growing heavier by the moment. I like your speeches. I like hearing you speak. Why couldn't he get the words out? A note of panic bubbled up through with confusion. Was this a symptom of a stroke? A heart attack? The man's face broke into a smile. The expectant look seeped into something less innocent. Yes, that look was hungry. They shot a glance around the room. Nobody was about to make their way over to talk to the help, and a guest to have been removed from the schedule. His breathing was increasingly ragged, but if he couldn't manage a simple yes, then screaming was without a doubt beyond him. He looked back to the other man. Are you doing this? The man closed his eyes, sucking down a deep breath. Satisfaction bled across his features, and when he opened his eyes, his back straightened to a more dignified posture. I do apologize for this. You see, I receive so much more from a willing audience. This genre of interaction isn't quite my style. He adjusted his glasses. Now that I get a better look, I do recognize you. I don't know what type of man needs to sleep on the floor of his workplace, but it isn't the kind who's in a very healthy place, now is it? Lee's throat let out an empty hiss. Fear was giving way to outrage. Something had happened to him last night, something that wasn't a dream, and the speaker was at the center of it. His paycheck wasn't worth whatever was going on here. It was time to drive very far away, very quickly. Lee tried to lift his feet to leave, but they wouldn't move. The man continued. But you've caught me at something of a crucial moment in my existence. You are, at this present moment, much too valuable a target for me to allow to walk away. Uh-oh. If you had all of the information, rest assured this would be a deep honor for you. In Lee's mind's eye, smoke hung about the man, plumes filling the space around them. There are much worse ways for a human to go. Mine is easily one of the more enjoyable means. Overhead, the lights flickered, a stuttering gasp before dying out. The people did the same, bodies flashing in and out of sight. A cloud of smoke continued to billow, pouring from the figure, swallowing up fixtures. Lee's legs were too heavy to move, and to his horror, he found his head bobbing, waves of fatigue approaching with increasing force. As Lee struggled to maintain consciousness, the thing's face warped, thinning into still more plumes. It gave a sad laugh. Don't struggle, Liam Lee. Open that mouth of yours and please. Aww. They're back in the creepy theater. Oh, okay, that's really cool looking. Wow. Tell me, my little captive, what do you hope will happen next? I don't know. I don't know. That was a really cool image. Ah, okay, so that was the demo. Okay. Well, that, I guess, is where the demo ends. Wow, okay, that was really cool. That was really fun, actually. Like, the art is stunning. The music is incredible. Like, the atmosphere, the combination of the art and the music, so freaking good. So freaking good. Big enjoyer. The writing's also really good. Like, not gonna downplay the writing, but like all of them collectively. The writing, the art, the music, so freaking good, so vibey. And like I mentioned before, I'm obviously playing streamer mode, but there is the normal version too. That if you anyone watching wants to experience the uncensored version, that is also available. The demo is free, of course, on itch.io and on Steam. So if you want to play the uncensored version, go ahead. Highly recommend checking it out. And yeah, the full game is coming out in December. So definitely put it on your wish list if you haven't already. As wow, that was very cool. I want to look at what's in the galleries. Okay, yeah, alright, also, this is all of the art that we've seen so far. Of course, the censored versions. There could be, uncensored versions of some of these arts in the uncensored version, so definitely, if you're curious. But yeah, I loved the art. Art in it is so good, so beautiful. Ooh, I want to look at this up close. I want to look at this. Whoa, yeah, it's crazy. This is traditional art. This is all like hand painted. It's so pretty. This is my favorite part, imagery wise. This was so beautiful to look at. Watch them slowly like abstract. So freaking cool. And seeing like the progress, like the actual physical art. I want to eat it. I want to like consume this. This right here. It's so pretty, so cool. Also this is kind of like, okay, this is all the art, never mind. What was? Okay, this is like little comics. That's fun. Here's a bunch of like little comics. Okay, I like this. Like something out of Dante's Inferno. Oh, you mean the video game on the PlayStation 3? Yeah. That's exactly what he meant. Let's go. Let's go. This, so freaking cool. This was beautiful. This is very beautiful. Yeah, I'll just... Can I just like scroll through? I don't think I can actually. I have to like click individually. It's so pretty though. I love all the locations, all the backgrounds. Like, I like the color palette too. I liked that like the daytime, like the real world stuff is very, very like brown, very, very like kind of colorless, but then in the dream is a lot more color. That's a fun detail actually. That's actually a really fun detail. Yeah, like here in the real world it's all like sepia toned, but then when he is in this place it's in color. That's really cool. I didn't even fully notice that until I'm looking at it like this. That's so cool. That's so cool. Alright, well yeah, that was the demo. I like this too. I just noticed I can see a little bit. I might be covering it. Am I covering it? I'm covering some of it. You can kind of see some of the other like art progress. That's awesome. That's really awesome. Yippee. Wow. Alright, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Give me a second. Am I gonna sneeze? Okay, maybe I'm not gonna sneeze. What is happening? What is happening? Okay, maybe I'm not gonna sneeze. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, guys. But yeah, now that we're done with the demo, still a bit early to end stream, so let me see. I'm gonna switch over to the maid cafe really quick. Gonna close out the game for now. Let me close out the game. Yes. Quit. Okay. What should we do now, Bites? We still have... I can still probably stay alive for at least another hour. At least another hour, maybe more. We'll see, Where the evening takes us. But let me see, what can we do? Something... I'm on to something chill vibes. I'm in a chill vibes mood. That was very cool though, that was very vibey. Yippee. Let me... What do I have? Do I have that I can play? What can we do? What can we do? I mean, since we're no longer in the maturated demo, I'm gonna unpin the message. No more content warning. Stream is back to all ages mode. Let's see. What do I want to do? The vibe to my BGM for a second. Yippee. I mean, I would go into Uma Musume, but I don't have time. I don't want to do a full career tonight. It's been a while since I played Uma Musume, though. I should probably do another Uma Musume stream at some point. That would be fun. It's been a little while. It's been a little while. Let me see, what do I have? It's a game I haven't... What's a more mindless game that I haven't played on stream in a while? What have I not done in a while? Looking at my games. If anyone has a suggestion too. Well, I'm just like scrolling through my Steam library. You're like, huh. Games. Lots of them. What do I want to play though? What do I want to play? So many options, and yet none of them are jumping out at me. No! Wah! 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 What if we do some Yume Tuki? What if we just wander around Yume Tuki? That might be a good vibe. And you know, open up. Why no? And what if we just have a little Yume Tuki time? It's been a while since I played Tuki, so that would be fun actually. That would be a vibe. Let me switch back to gaming screen really quick. And let's get Tuki out. Okay. Oh. Loud. Alright, I'm going to share my window capture. Here we go. I should have a full screen it there. No, I don't want to full screen it. There we go. Yay. I'm just gonna open up stream on my phone so I can still see chat. There is chat. My There is a lovely chatto. Why did I'm trying to go into the Twitch app. I started typing chat instead of Twitch on my phone. Why am I like this? Okay. I'm just always thinking about you guys. I'm thinking about bites. Alright, here we go. Okay. Are we logged in? Can I continue? Oh, okay, I guess. I'm confused. No, I'm not logged in. Let me log in, then it'll actually let me in. What do you mean for incorrect? It is not incorrect. Freaking wino. Let me in! Wino, let me in challenge. There we go. No? Yes. Why is it like this? Wino, be kind to me. I didn't mean to download it. I just wanted to start it. Okay. Yes, migrate my save data. Let me in. Let me in! Okay. Easily. It's been a little bit since I played this. Let me full screen this actually. It'll look better that way. Let me make sure. Not too fit to screen. That'll fix it. There we go. Much better. You can see much better now. Alright, it's been a while. What effects do I have? I only have a couple. Alright. Cool. Oh, the piggy bank. Got 9 monies. Got 9 home. Oh, there's a lot of people in the game today. Penguin. Oh, I gotta join the penguin line. Gotta join the penguin line. I gotta ruin the penguin line. I love that there's always, like, these people are always here. Penguin and NNN are always here. That's their job. That is their purpose in life. It's to be penguin. They are penguin. Penguin we. And I am here now. We are penguin. We are penguin. Okay. Let's go. I don't know. Let's go here. Random location. See what we find. Oh, Felix! Welcome to stream. Welcome, welcome. Hello, hello! We were playing the demo for a visual novel called Non-Platonic Forms, but we ended that a little bit ago, so now I'm just gonna be doing some chill vibes Yume Chuki. Chill vibes Yume Chuki. Actually, maybe I should have updated the stream title, so people would know that I did a little pivot. Sorry for being late. No worries, no worries. No worries at all. I'm not gonna write the stream title. We're Chuki-ing now. We finished the demo and now we're Chuki-ing. Gonna learn have a translation to Finnish? Have fun, yippee. Oh, have a translation to Finnish. I was like, wait, I blatantly misread that as have a translation to Finnish as in the Finnish language. I am stupid. I'm a little stupid. Oh. But good luck on your translation. You have fun as well. I'll just be vibing over here. Sorry, no, that is entirely on me. I misread. That was my bad, not you. You're good. Oh, can I not afford a drink? Dang it. No, sadly, I don't speak Finnish. Neither do I. Oh, bed. Will the bed do something? I think it will. Ooh! Have I been here before? This looks new. This looks like a place I haven't been to. Ooh, it's kind of a vibe. Let me get the bike. I'm moving a bit slower than I'd like. There we go. Ooh, it's like a maze. It's a maze. I like the atmosphere though. Played a visual novel with lots of like hand-painted watercolor art, and now I'm in this paint-themed world in Yumechuki. Let's go. Let's hacking go. We're circling. Am I going this way up? Oh. I'm tempted to look at the map for this one, but I'll wander a bit first before I do that. You know. You know. Don't want to spoil any cool surprises. Okay, let's look at the map. Night Lost Atelier. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Ooh, okay, there's like a bunch of areas in here that I've not gotten to yet. Whoa. Whoa, wait, that's... Whoa, okay. There's a lot of cool stuff to see here. Wait, how do I get there? How do I get there? I want to go there. If I can find that. Okay, let me look at the map, see if I can navigate. Where am I right now? Am I... Wait, let me look where I am. I think... Okay, I'm right there. I see where I am. I see where I am. So I'm right here. If I go down, turn, down... Or I might be here. I might be here, actually. Let's find out. Let's find out. Wait, so from here... Here I go... Wait, okay, let me see. Is there a bottom? Okay, 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 I made it, I made it, I made it. I think I'm here. Yeah! Okay, cool. Akane? No, Megane. I can't read. Megane. Oh, it's in Japanese. Megane! Let's go! I always got and meh mixed up. And meh looks similar. Megane. Megane. Glasses. Okay, but now I'm too slow. Ooh? Oh, now I'm in like the weird corn place? The land of the corn people? Oh, whoa. This place might be very small. What's the weird corn people? They're so silly. They're such goobers. They're so weird. Okay, what's this? Oh. More corn people! The land of the corn people. What's this place called? Oops, didn't mean to click that. The Swamp of Remembrance. Okay, we're in the Swamp of Remembrance. I guess we have to remember the corn people. They live in the Swamp of Remembrance. Interesting. I think I might be going in circles. I can't. Wait, maybe not, maybe not. This might be new. Oh, okay, this is new, this is new. Where have the corn people led me? Oh. 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 Wait, what is this? Snowfall settlement. Oh, this is whimsical. It took me to a snow area. I'm so happy. I love the winter-themed areas. Oh, there's a silly guy. Hello. Hello, silly guy. Looks like a frog. Like a weird frog-like creature. Some of this place is under construction still, I see. Ooh, these like ice people? Ooh, make a little sound. Yay. Very whimsical. What? A road? Where will this path take me? Nowhere. Nowhere. Well, I like the way the water looks. That's pretty. It needs like a sky texture. Anything interesting to see here? They're the corn folks. No, they're the corn folk. I love the corn folk. They're so silly. Oh, so I can go directly here from the Nightlots Atelier, or the corn folk will take me. That's cool. Okay, I think that's about it, so I think I'm gonna go back here then. If I can find it. Here we go. Here we go. What else can I do here? Anything? Okay. So I went... I think that is everything then. Yeah, let's go back to Blue Eyes World if we can. So where, from here, how do I get back up there? I'm right here. Up. Okay. Up to, and then to the side. 1, 2, and then to the side. Yes, no? Not yet? Two. Okay, it's all the way to the side, okay. Hello, welcome to stream. Welcome. I finished playing the demo for non-platonic forms a little bit ago. So we're just gonna doing a little bit of Yume Tuki now. Oops, wrong button. Oh, we're playing Yume Tuki now for a bit. It's ended a little bit early. It's not a big deal. My voice is getting a bit tired from reading, so glad to get a little break. But it was really good. I definitely recommend if you want to go back and rewatch the VOD to see the game. It was really cool. I really enjoyed it. Definitely recommend checking out non-platonic forms. Of course, bear in mind it is a mature adult-rated game. I played it streamer mode, of course, so it censored the more adult scenes. But you can play the uncensored version as well if you want to download it for yourself. Many eyes. Oh? Ah, okay, a more Yume Nikki style place. Let's go. Ah. Let's go, sound effects. Sound effects go, yeah boy. Oh? Hello? Ooh, the blue land. Well, everything's blue, even me. Cyan Relic World, okay. Very cyan. Extremely cyan here. Also very unique with these guys in the background. Let's go. Oh, funny guys. Hello. Hello. Hello, hello. Oh? Oh? Interesting. This is like a big circle. That's cool. Sound effects. Yippee. Fun tile sounds. Gotta love the fun tile sounds. Anywhere we can go from here? Oh, we could go. There's a couple of roads we can go to. Where's Theater World? I feel like I was close to here. Like in the center. Okay, I am close. I'm close to Theater World. Where was that? Oh, is this it? No? Maybe here? Oh, is it here? Ah, this Theater World. Maybe with similar vibes to non-platonic forms. It's also set in a theater. Ah, wait! I didn't mean to teleport so soon. Where am I now? Wait, come back. I'm not ready. Okay, here we go. Back in Theater World. Don't teleport me so soon. I thought you were a friend. Not a teleport. If 100% don't teleports here. Oh my gosh. What the heck? There's like... Is this... Whoa, there's so much here. This is basically just like a mini Nexus. Oh, that's an effect. Yippee, I can become gay. Let's go. Let's become gay. Yippee. I'm gay, but I walk really slowly. That's annoying. What else can I... There's so many places. What else? The little cutouts. That's fun. I like the vibes of this area. This is really good aesthetic, actually. Where do I want to go? There's so many options. So many options. Let's go. I'm gonna try and go to a couple. I want to go to Sweet Pink Dogs first, I think. Because I want to look at myself in the sleigh cutout. Hee. So silly. Hee. So silly. I'm too slow. Being gay is too slow. I gotta speed up on the bike. I like the music here a lot. Where's the pink ducks? Right, wait, it's close to the cutouts. Oh, I went up. I should have gone down. Okay. There it is. Oh, it's like a phone. Oh my gosh. Wait. Oh, it's cute! Oh, it's cute! Oh, it's cute! I'm happy. Oh, it's so cute! A friend! Oh? Oh? Wow, it's like a chaser. I've been here before, I think. This is like the chocolate themed world. Is it like... Yeah, chocolate world. Green tea graveyard? Okay, we have to go there. Holy crap. Is that like right there? Is that green tea graveyard? Yes please. Take me to the matcha world. Wow. Oh, is this? Oh, I think I've been here before too, but I love it here. It's all just like matcha and Japanese desserts. Like, look at the dango. Oh my gosh. So silly. The music's a little annoying. I don't know how I feel about the music, but it's very silly here. And who look at the sky? So silly. Oh my gosh, it's so goofy here. Oh. Oh? Wait, where are we now? Parallel graveyard, okay. Very different vibe. Extremely different vibe. The clock. These are some nice vibes. Honestly, I might end stream a little early today. I'm a bit sleepy. I'm a bit sleepy today. And my voice is also a bit worn out from the visual novel. It does happen. So we might just do a little bit more wandering, and I think we're going to come to a natural stopping point once we get, like, stuck somewhere and we just want to wake up, then I will end stream. If that's alright with you guys. A little bit of a shorter one today, but I enjoy today's stream quite a bit. Again, very big thank you to Alexis Royce for sharing their game with me. And for letting me share it with you guys on stream today. Definitely, you should check out non-platonic forums on Steam or itch.io. Play the explicit version too if you want to see the bits that you missed from my stream, since I had to play in streamer mode. Definitely, if that is your thing, definitely go check it out. And then wishlist the game, because it'll be coming out. It'll be coming out in December this year, the full version. And from the sound of it, it's gonna be a pretty long visual novel, which is always a good time. A lot of love is going into it. I'm excited to see the finished version. Ooh, okay. Spooky vibes under this place. Upside down forest, okay. Oh, the trees are kind of upside down, aren't they? That's cool. That's cool. Chat might be something up ahead. Let's see what that is, if I can even get to it. I might not be able to. Maybe? 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 Yeah, all these upside down trees, what the heck? What the heck? What the heck is this? All these darn trees are upside down. Oh, I got a new badge. It's literally Urotsuki. Looking with a question mark. Looking at an upside down tree. That is so funny. That is actually hilarious. I'm obsessed. Here we go. A funny guy? A friend? No? Not a friend? Okay. Suit yourself, sir. What's this place called? Aquamarine Cave. Aquamarine Cave. The music is kinda creepy. Oh, it's a ladder. Okay, we're going down. Ooh, underground lake. Cool. Cool. In a little boat. I love when you can go in a little boat in this game. It's so silly. I don't think there's any boats in Yumeniki. There's lots of little boats and stuff in Tuki. That little boat sound effect is very silly. Like going boing boing boing. Oh, it's the dock. Yep. Let's get the bike back. Oh, another boat. I think this is something. Let's get up on this dock. Get the bike back. What are you? Ooh, we're going deeper? We're going underwater now? Ooh, more deeper. A deeper part of the underwater lake. We're literally under the lake now. We're in the water. Bloop. Bloop. I like the blooping. Oh, I like seaweed. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Go even deeper. I'm at the very bottom of the lake now. So much blooping. Oh, it's a fish! Oh my god! Do you have a name? I don't think so. Oh my god, I love you. I love you, funny fish. This is the literal best place to stop. Are you kidding me? It's so freaking peak. Oh. This is so freaking... This was worth everything. Like, we have to wake up here because this is the objective ending point for today's stream. This is so good. Thank you, funny fish. Thank you, funny fish, for letting me have this moment. I don't think we can leave from here. I think this is the end. Oh, heck yeah. Funny fish time. Thank you, funny fish. I love you, funny fish. Alright, let's wake up. Oops. Let's wake up. Say goodbye to funny fish. Goodbye, funny fish. Okay. There we go. Alright, we are going to end here. Yubi. Yubi. Alright, let me... Oops. Let's get back to the maid cafe and wrap up stream. Let me adjust myself real quick. Little shift over. There we go, that should be better. Alright! I'm gonna lower myself a bit too high up now. Oops. Okay, is that better? That good? Yes. Alright. Now the bite is getting blocked by the... Let me scooch over a little bit more and then maybe... Maybe we're good now. Maybe? Yes, perfect. Perfect. Alright, well yeah, that is where we are gonna end for tonight's stream. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight. I had a great time reading non-platonic forms. Again, definitely. I'm gonna drop the link to the Steam page for it. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna drop it in a chat for everyone to check out. If you are interested in playing the game for yourself, or for adding it to your wish list, which you definitely should do if you're interested. It's good, it will support the dev. So yeah, that is the link to non-platonic forums on Steam. Definitely give it a look if you're interested. I had a lot of fun, and I only played it in streamer mode, so if you want to play the uncensored version, you are completely free to do that. The demo is free, of course, and the full game comes out in December. And yeah, thank you again, one last time, to Alexis Royce for emailing me about this game. I'm very glad I played it. Thank you for this opportunity to check out a really cool new upcoming visual novel. And yeah, tomorrow I will be live around 8 PM EST for a Goose Goose Duck collab with some of my friends, including Vess, because Vess is going to be debuting their new live 2D model tomorrow. So definitely don't want to miss out on that. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm excited to play Goose Goose Duck again. I'm gonna be the silliest goose, and I'm gonna hand so many people bombs. So many people will die from my explosions. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. I'm evil. But yeah, until then, if you're watching me on YouTube and you haven't already, make sure you are subscribed. If you're watching me on Twitch, make sure you are following. You can also subscribe if you want to, only if you want to. And yeah, if you're watching me on Twitch right now, don't go anywhere because we will be raiding someone. Let me see. Let me see. Let's raid. Let's raid Vess. A Vess who's currently... Oh, it's Vess saying Lethal Company? Okay, I think that's incorrect. Do they know that they're streaming Lethal Company when they're playing Minecraft? I was like, wait, they're not playing Lethal Company tonight. No, Vess is playing Minecraft tonight. It says Lethal Company though, I don't know if they know. They're playing in their own category. Whatever. Everyone hop into the raid, it'll get you channel points. Everyone hop into the raid. And I will see you guys again very, very soon. Bye bye.